This lesson is just reviewing your growth triangles, looking at it from a positive slope and a negative slope. So if you look at this graph, you'll notice that it's linear, but it's also a negative slope, which means I'm decreasing every time. And that's okay. I'm going to do the same thing that I have been doing, and I'm going to draw a growth triangle between 2 points. So I start at positive 8, and I go down to positive 6. So that means I went down 2. So I'm going to put a negative 2 there. And then I went from 0 over to 1, so I went over a positive 1. So remember how I've said before that that bottom of our triangle is like our fraction bar. So my fraction is negative 2 over 1, which equals negative 2. So my equation is going to be y equals negative 2x plus, and I look where x is 0. I go up my y-axis, and my point is at 8, which means my rule is going to be negative 2x plus 8. Now this one's different because I'm only given 2 points. In the previous example, you could have picked any 2 points you wanted, and you still would have gotten a slope of negative 2. In this one, though, I'm only given 2 points. So I have to use those 2 points to draw my triangle. And I went over, and I noticed my scales by ones. Now you really have to look at your scales because in your textbook they're not always by ones. So I went over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to label that with a 5. And then I went up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my fraction, again, is 5 over 5 because we extended our triangle bar out, which equals 1. So my equation is y equals 1x, or I could put an x, plus, I look where my x is 0, so I look at my y-axis, I go up, my point is at 3, so that means it's going to be at 1x plus 3 is going to be my equation. And again, if you notice in this example, my line is positive and my slope is positive. In the previous example, my slope was negative. This number here was a negative because my line was negative. That's another way to double check to make sure that your answer is correct.